This interesting looking creature you've got on your screen is my friend Tesla. And Tesla is going to get you laid. But before I tell you exactly how he's going to do that, let me tell you a little bit about him. Tesla's kind of skinny, and he has a lazy eye, and somehow manages to always look like he just rolled out of bed. But even though you'd probably never guess by looking at him, he consistently sleeps with some of the hottest women on the planet, from sexy young party girls to Maxim models. Even those perfect tens you'd find on the cover of Playboy. Whether she's the hottest girl in your city or a well-known actress, there's one thing you can count on. Within seconds of meeting Tesla, she wants to tear his clothes off. It has nothing to do with the way he looks. Let's face it, nobody's mistaking Tesla for a male model. It's not because he's some rich CEO either. As it turns out, Tesla's dead broke, unemployed, and actually sleeps on his mom's couch in Palo Alto. And he definitely isn't some smooth-talking pimp either. I mean, this is a grown man who spends his days playing video games. Calling him goofy is an understatement. Yet, despite all these perceived shortcomings, Tesla literally lives a sex life that would make most rock stars jealous. All because he discovered a stupidly simple loophole. A brilliant social hack any man can use to instantly unlock the panty-dropping status of a household celebrity and give every woman you come into contact with the sudden, uncontrollable urge to fuck. This secret is hands down the easiest, laziest, most effective way ever devised to score hot new pussy at will. And on this page, I reveal how you can use this secret to get laid as early as tonight. By the way, the answer's yes. This really will work for you. Hell, it'll work for anyone, regardless of how old you are, what you look like, how much money you make, or whatever other insecurities have been keeping you alone and frustrated. So no matter how long your sex life's been in critical condition, after you've read this special report, which won't be online long, you'll possess the power to actually live out all of your wildest sexual fantasies. I know, it sounds crazy, but as I'll prove to you over the next few minutes, this is truly unlike anything you've ever seen before. It has nothing to do with cringe-worthy pickup lines or using sleazy, manipulative tactics. In fact, this method doesn't require you to really do much of anything at all, because as soon as you apply it, women will be clamoring for your dick, already turned on and primed for fucking. So you never have to face another painful rejection or that paralyzing anxiety you'd normally feel when approaching an attractive woman, because now you have no need to approach. You just sit back and wait for the beautiful young women to come to you. And there's no doubt about it, they will come. Because while it may look and even feel like you're just chilling out, doing the same thing you've always done, which, let's face it, has never worked, this time there's one major difference. This time you're sending out under-the-radar sexual signals that get women wet, willing, and so desperate for your dick, they approach you. So whether you're an older guy who used to have game or an awkward virgin who never even got onto the field, you can apply this as soon as tonight. And no, you don't need to be good with women to take advantage of this proven method. You don't need any clever lines. And you definitely don't need to buy drinks or try to impress anyone. The only thing you have to concern yourself with is figuring out what type of girl or girls you feel like playing with tonight. Because once you activate this high-status seduction machine and get it working for you on complete autopilot, there's only one thing you can be absolutely certain of. Women suddenly feel an uncontrollable urge to fuck you. So, that smoking blonde in the tight black dress that hugs her body just right, the one you'd usually admire from afar but could never muster up the courage to go talk to, now she seeks you out. And she'll do anything, and I mean anything, to seduce you. In her mind, it's like she's a hot young actress trying to make it. You're Quentin fucking Tarantino. And the big break she's been waiting for is in your pants. So she doesn't just introduce herself. She tries to impress you enough to become your leading lady, at least for the night. She has to, because she knows the other dozen beauties in the room would all kill for that same part. But as amazing as that may sound, the best thing isn't how consistently this method gets truly hot women, 8s, 9s, and 10s, to want to bang your brains out like you were some powerful Hollywood producer. The most mind-blowing aspect is how effortless this system is to implement. Literally, any guy, anywhere, can use this to consistently get laid, as long as they follow stupidly simple directions. So, unless you're already living the sex life of your dreams, make sure you keep reading. Because in just a minute, I'm going to show you how to practically turn the entire world into your own personal sex party. But first, just in case you don't already know, let me tell you a little about me so you fully understand why I'm the right guy to help you. My name is Vince Lynn, and if that name sounds familiar, it might because you've seen me featured and labeled as the Asian International Playboy and carry a notorious reputation for consistently dating and sleeping with the hottest women on the planet. But no matter how many times my story's been told or how many gorgeous babes I share incredible nights with, I still find it hard to believe. You see, growing up, I was painfully shy and totally awkward. Not exactly a winning combination for swimming and pussy. Hell, I couldn't even get in the pool. As pathetic as this may sound, and as embarrassing as it is to admit, I was a virgin well into my mid-20s. That means I made it all the way through high school, all the way through college, where the girls are young, naive, and literally looking for any excuse to experiment without getting lucky even once. So, when I got out there in the real world, where the opportunities were harder to come by, and my sexual frustration reached its boiling point, I knew I had to take drastic measures. Either I handled this part of my life right now, or I'd be handling myself forever. So I dove in headfirst and studied everything I could get my hands on, from female psychology to social dynamics to the science of sexual attraction. All in all, I spent over 7 years figuring this stuff out, developing new theories, then, most importantly, testing them out in bars, nightclubs, malls, coffee shops, and college campuses around the world. I literally approached thousands of women and suffered through hundreds of painful rejections, pretty much making every mistake imaginable along the way. But as I gained more experience, as my skill set increased, so did my success rate. I fine-tuned my methods, and for the first time in my life, I actually started getting laid consistently. First, it was every month, then every weekend, and eventually any time I damn well wanted. Not to brag, but I've been lucky enough to do it all, from 2 girls in the same night to 3 girls at the same time. But the best part wasn't just finally living out all my repressed teenage sexual fantasies. The most rewarding part of all was being able to teach my breakthrough style seduction methods to literally hundreds of regular guys around the globe. These men apply my methods in order to sleep with hotter women than they ever thought possible. Every single day, I receive dozens of emails from men like you who thank me for changing their lives. Here's what Kevin sent me. Hi, V. Just had to tell you, I've fucked 4 girls in the past week, which is 4 more than I fucked in the last year, just using part of the method. Thank you so much. This works. Here's what Steven had to say. This stuff has really been incredible for me. The last 3 years have been a dry spell for me, but last night I got a girl home from the bar. It was the first time I ever got a girl to sleep with me on the first night. Vishal sent what I consider the most gratifying message of all. I was a mess a year ago. My wife left me. The divorce was messy, and I was contemplating suicide. I heard about you from a friend trying to cheer me up. You are the catalyst that started me back into life. I want to thank you. These guys put their faith and trust in me to deliver them the women they've always wanted. And that's why I'm writing to you today. Believe me, it's not to toot my own horn or talk about how great I am. Almost the exact opposite, actually. The reason you're here right now is because I have a humbling confession to make. You see, when it came to women, I thought I finally had it all figured out. After all, with my PUA techniques, I found a way to completely bypass any woman's rejection mechanism and make her want me within seconds. And as the success stories continue to pour in, guys fucking new girls every weekend, guys breaking free of the friend zone, guys getting their ex-girlfriend back. I was convinced I had the single most effective method for attracting gorgeous women that would ever be created. But I was wrong. As it turned out, there's an even easier way. A way that ensures you can get all the action you've ever wanted without ever even having to approach a woman, without ever putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation. Unless, of course, that's what you're into. Because now, literally, all you have to do is show up. And the hottest women in the room will try their hardest to seduce you. Why do they do it? Well, as it turns out, they've been biologically programmed to do so. It's something they literally can't even control. But I'll get into the scientific reason in a second. First, let me share how I stumbled onto this crazy method. It was one of the strangest nights of my life. The night I got picked up by a dude. I was at Fillmore Matrix, one of my favorite weekend spots in San Francisco. I had already gotten 2 numbers from cuties I planned to follow up with during the week, but I wasn't done yet, especially not after seeing her. This girl was absolutely gorgeous, a true perfect 10, and I knew right then and there I just had to have her. So I started a conversation, and things could not have gone any better. We had incredible sexual chemistry right off the bat. Within seconds, she was asking me questions, pulling me in close, getting all touchy. Since I've done this thousands of times, I knew what these signs were pointing to. Tonight, it was going down. But just when things really started to heat up, she was gone. I have to use the bathroom. Be right back. So I waited and waited, but she never came back. I went over to one of my mates and tried to figure out what the hell just happened. Everything was going so well, and just like that, she disappears? Well, she didn't exactly disappear. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw her sitting at a table with what must have been a group of no less than 15 girls. And at the center of the table was some goofy-looking skinny guy. He just sat there looking completely disinterested while these girls each fought for his attention. Hell, it's like they were literally auditioning for his approval. He'd acknowledge them for a second, then move on to the next one. What did these girls see in this guy? He must have been some billionaire who was paying them to hang out with him. That's the only way it made sense. Well, screw that. He had enough girls. I was taking mine back. So I walked over to the table and tapped her on the shoulder. She turned around with a big smile. Hey, there you are. She seemed legitimately happy to see me. All right, we were back on, or so I thought. Vince, you have to meet my friend Tesler. You guys would be great friends. What the fuck? Here I was, envisioning a glorious session of all-night fun with this girl, and she's pawning me off to one of her guy friends. Now, I had to get to the bottom of this. So I shook hands with the guy, started talking, and I'll be damned, she was right. I actually did like this guy. He didn't come across as some cocky billionaire, which made perfect sense because he wasn't rich at all. He was 23, didn't have a job, and actually slept on his mother's couch. By any objective measure, this guy was a total failure. Yet these gorgeous girls treated him like he was a fucking celebrity. And this was not a coincidence. It's all because of a secret he discovered, which I'll share with you in a second. Anyway, over the weeks and months that followed, Tesla and I became great friends. Hell, when it came to picking up girls, we became partners in crime. And no matter which venue we decided to hit up, the result was always the same. We'd simply show up, and by the end of the night, we'd be surrounded by a dozen or more of the hottest women in the room who desperately tried to win us over. Then, we'd pick up some alcohol and bring the party back to my place, where the auditions continued. The girls who didn't make the cut were politely informed it was time to leave, while the best of the bunch were assigned their roles for the night, either up to my room with me or in the guest room with Tesla. For that kind of party, you'd usually have to pay a monthly subscription just to watch. And this wasn't something that happened once or twice. It blew my mind how consistently it all went down, and especially how effortless it was. I mean, we literally weren't doing anything, yet all these girls wanted to fuck us like we were freaking rock stars. But, as amazing as this kind of life may sound, and believe me, it's even better in reality, there is literally no reason why you can't be living it. You don't have to look like some male model. You don't have to be some millionaire. Hell, as Tesla proved, you don't even need a job, or a bed for that matter. All you need is the secret. Because when you understand this one simple thing, you instantly transform into the man that gives those 9s and 10s the biological urge to fuck. Once they feel that urge, the heels come off, the claws come out, and they become willing to tear apart anyone who gets in the way. Pure animal instincts take over, and you don't have to do a damn thing except hang on for the ride. So here's what you need to know. The simple secret that makes you effortlessly intoxicating to women. Women are extremely social creatures. It's in their evolutionary programming. Why? Because as the smaller, physically weaker sex, they simply couldn't survive by themselves. At least, not back in the caveman days where we had to build our own shelter and hunt our own food. So they used the assets they have, namely sex and social skills, to secure a man of high value. But in the same way, a man wants to mate with a physically attractive female because she displays the signs of youth and fertility that ensure healthy offspring. Women judge a man's value not by his looks, but by his social status. You see, being married to a pretty boy because they like his eyes doesn't do these women any good when their village is being raided by a neighborhood tribe. But a man with high social status will naturally have those strategic alliances and access to resources that keep her and her children safe. And while this isn't really an issue today, now that we're civilized and there's more than enough food to go around, their evolutionary programming is going to take thousands of years to catch up. That means obsession with status is literally hard-coded into a woman's DNA. And as ridiculous and unfair as it may sound, it actually makes perfect sense. Because as guys in the pickup community know, anyone can act confident. I mean, there are dozens of techniques designed to stimulate cocky alpha male behavior, but women see right through these. It triggers their suspicion, and they run you through an endless battery of shit tests to see if you're the real deal. But by simply observing your status, seeing how other people react to you, they can skip all the head games because they know this aspect is usually much harder to fake. Which is why the girls with the most value, the 9s and 10s, will always be attracted to stylish, high-status males. They don't even have any conscious control over it. Their brains are constantly sending them messages to seek out and mate with the highest value man they can find. Once they find one, their legs open like an automatic door. That's why the hottest girls tend to hook up with players on the high school football team. It's why they throw themselves at members of the cool frats in college. It's why they're attracted to social network sites like Facebook and Instagram and obsess over celebrities. Because when they see that other men respect you, When they see all the other women want you, it validates that they're making a smart choice. So they feel safe, even honored, to become your dirty little slut. Status is the key that unlocks these doors for you. It's what makes the hottest women want to fuck your brains out like it was their only mission on earth. In order to attain status, you have two options. You can spend decades learning to play the guitar or dunking a basketball and hoping that one day it leads you down the path of fame and fortune. Or you can do what Tesla and I did and take advantage of a neurological loophole that lets you instantly create celebrity status out of thin air. Brace yourself, because this is extremely powerful stuff that's never been shared before. You see, when a woman encounters a high-status male, it's not like she's sitting there with a pen and pad calculating all the attributes that make him attractive to her. This isn't a logical game. It's a chemical one. As soon as she sees a man, her subconscious brain scans him like kind of an airport security device. It instantly evaluates whether or not he's of high status. If he isn't, it doesn't even acknowledge him. If you've ever felt like a woman you liked doesn't even know you were alive, the truth is, she doesn't. It's not personal. Unless her subconscious brain deems you a high-status male, you are literally invisible to her. But if you do pass the status test, her brain makes damn sure she recognizes you. Her brain sends the signal to pump her body full of pleasure chemicals like dopamine, which affects the body in a similar way to cocaine. So when you convey high status, she quite literally becomes addicted to you and feels an overwhelming physical need to go and get her fix. And here's the really exciting part. As useful as the scanning mechanism is for her, it's pretty damn basic. A snap judgment that is easily manipulated once you know the loophole. You see, her brain simply scans for specific clues that all high-status males tend to exhibit naturally, which means as long as you know how to dress and move to give off the right cues, you can trigger the same "I need to fuck" autopilot response that athletes and celebrities get. By simply borrowing their status cues, you're able to instantly enjoy those same celebrity perks without having to put in any of the work. And these cues are stupidly simple things most people would never even pay conscious attention to, like the way you stand or how you tie your tie. Yet, when you get them right, people respond to you in incredible ways. You automatically qualify yourself as a guy she literally needs to sleep with. So, you can be a clumsy, chubby white guy who got cut from the 6th grade team. It doesn't matter. If you give off the right cues, people treat you like you're Tom Brady. You can be an awkward virgin who stutters at the thought of talking to a hot girl. In her eyes, you're Leonardo DiCaprio. Who you are at heart makes zero difference. People only respond to what you're cueing. That's the big secret Tesla figured out. It's what allows him to live such an incredible life. Give off the right cues, and women automatically feel the evolutionary urge to fuck your brains out. You instantly gain the respect of men. Hell, guys who were dicks to you your whole life suddenly start kissing your ass. They go out of their way to do favors for you just to gain your approval. With this type of status working for you, getting laid becomes a walk in the park. You just go about your night. Hell, you just go about your life, as your status signals cause more and more women to want to tear your clothes off. And they aren't the least bit shy in letting you know it. You'd be amazed at how simple this is to get working for you. Because as deadly effective as it is, the entire system is stupidly simple. It pretty much had to be. Because while I love Tesla like a brother, the facts are the facts. And he's one lazy motherfucker. Remember, we're talking about a full-grown man who spends his days playing Xbox on his mother's couch, yet somehow gets laid like a rock star. But that somehow no longer has to remain a mystery for you, because I've spent years reverse engineering his entire process. The exact method we've used to literally live out scenes you'd see in your favorite porn, and systemized it into a step-by-step sequence any man can follow to achieve true celebrity status. An effortless way of instantly commanding respect, devotion, and sexual attraction in any woman you meet, and the result is a life-changing training course called Seduce with Style. Seduce with Style contains our entire playbook for creating an amazing sex life that unfolds in front of you as if by magic. So now you never have to risk embarrassing rejection ever again. You never have to approach another woman in your life. With this system, the women do all the work for you. You just sit back, put your feet up, subtly convey your status through Tessla's guaranteed to work style attraction switches, and enjoy all the top shelf pussy you can handle. And enjoy you will. Because the very first time you use these secrets, truly attractive women, 8s, 9s, and 10s, hunt you down. Not only do they approach you, not only do they fight over you, but they literally do everything in their power to have earth-shattering sex with you. With the celebrity status this system unlocks for you, getting laid is no longer a question of if. It becomes a question of when, where, and most importantly, how many times. So first, make sure you trim those fingernails and pick up a pack of condoms. Then watch closely as I personally reveal how to secretly signal high status to women without saying a single word. Warning, only use this if you're prepared to be dragged into the ladies' room on the spot. The perfect 10 finder. How to fill your life and bedroom with the exact type of woman you want. Your personal perfect 10s in both looks and personality. The model game. How to easily get into the world of fashion models and seduce them. The master key that opens the legs of any woman. Once you know how to use this, having sex with the girls you want becomes as easy as ordering off of a menu. How to harness the power of nonverbal jealousy plot lines. Get scorching hot women to fight over you as if you were the last man on earth. How to secure access to true 9s and 10s and escort them directly to the bedroom with literally zero risk of rejection. The new identity shortcut. This takes you from the man you are to the man you've always wanted to be, almost overnight. It's one thing to signal status, and it works. It's another to freaking become that guy. I'll show you how. The style attraction method for proving you're sex worthy. This is the absolute fastest way to make a woman want to sleep with you, and it doesn't require you to do or say anything. How to put together a dream team that pulls in hotties like a tornado. I'll show you exactly who to recruit so you can start getting laid like a rock star, even if you're horrible with girls. The only thing you truly need in order to sleep with smoking hot chicks. And no, this has nothing to do with your game. The secret to living a true Hugh Hefner lifestyle. Imagine having an entire entourage full of true 10s, models, actresses, and strippers who all want to party with you. How to use the gossip factor to get entire groups of women to want to fuck your brains out before even meeting you. This effortless seduction secret turns the smartest, sexiest, most desirable women into fanatical groupies. The Facebook cheat code. How to use social networks to attain endless amounts of ass without ever coming across as weird or creepy. The one type of person you need to avoid in order to maintain your celebrity status. Surround yourself with these people and it all comes crashing down. And as hard as it may seem to believe, this is barely scratching the surface of all of the life-changing secrets Seduce with Style 3.0 contains. You won't find any fluff or filler in this program. Just hours upon hours of pure pussy-getting gold. So unless you're already getting laid as much as you want with the women you really want, unless you're consistently having to turn down gorgeous girls because you need a break from all the nonstop sex. Unless you're already living that rock star lifestyle where you have to wear a helmet just to walk down the street because model quality women are constantly throwing themselves at you, then this is a total no-brainer. You can already see the many ways in which Seduce Style 3.0 is going to change your life. Hell, it's literally guaranteed to change your life. So the only question left to ask is, how much will this cost to get my hands on it? Well, these two things I have to say about that. First, I need to know, how much are these secrets worth to you? How much is it worth to never have to face even the thought of rejection ever again? To never have to even approach a woman, yet still get laid more than the guys that are constantly putting themselves out there? How much is it worth to have true stunners literally chase you down for sex because their bodies are telling them it's the right thing to do? How much is it worth to be able to finally live out all of your sexual fantasies? To never again have to suffer through the pain of feeling alone and unwanted. To never again go through those excruciating dry spells, wondering how many weeks, months, years it'll be until the next time you get lucky. If I promised to literally hand you an entire lifetime of sexual abundance, and you didn't have to do any of the work to attain it, I don't know any real man who wouldn't gladly give up a year's salary for that. I mean, let's face it, what the hell do we work for anyway? Why do we feel the need to save up for a nice car and that fancy apartment? It's to impress women so that hopefully we can get laid. So if you've had to sacrifice 1 year of earnings to secure limitless sexual adventure for the rest of your time on Earth, would you do it? In a recent study, 53% of men said they would. When the amount was cut to 6 months, that number shot up to nearly 80%. 50 grand, 30 grand, 20 grand, whatever your number is. I think we both agree that's a bargain for the ability to completely automate your sex life and have an entire crew working 24/7 to get you laid. But hold on. Don't phone your bank just yet. Don't start filling out those loan applications, because when I asked you how much this is worth to you, it was kind of a trick question. The truth is, before now, it didn't matter what you were willing to spend, because you couldn't get your hands on these secrets at any price. In fact, the only time I revealed the details of this autopilot seduction system was at a private live seminar in my hometown of San Francisco. And even if you were willing to fly out there, even if you were willing to pay the $2,500 it cost to walk through the door, unless you have one of those DeLoreans with the ability to go back in time, you'd be out of luck. This closed-door training session was a one-time thing. We have no plans to do another one. So unless you attended, you'd never have the chance to harness Seduce with Style 3.0 until now. Because even though I was strongly against it at the time, even though I wanted this system to remain a secret, only known to a handful of men, Tesla insisted we record this seminar, just in case. And now, we finally decided to let a few more chosen men in on our secret weapon. We've uploaded all the videos from the private Seduce with Style 3.0 seminar to a secret members-only website. This means you can literally download all these autopilot seduction secrets into your brain in just minutes from now. And because we don't have to rent out a seminar room, because the price of getting these life-changing strategies to you is much more reasonable, you get to discover these secrets at a fraction of what they previously cost. When you join Seduce with Style right now, you won't pay that $2,500 the original attendees invested. Not even half of that. Hell, not even a quarter. When you make the decision to change your life today, you gain full lifetime membership to Seduce with Style for just one payment of $77. That's less than $1 per day over the first year, and all of the years after that are free. So any updates we put out Anything else we add to the members area never costs you a single dime. I don't even want to insult your intelligence by telling you how great of a deal that is. But I will make that deal even sweeter. Because when you join Seduce with Style right now, I'm also giving you a set of 3 exclusive bonuses to help you manage all the hot new women coming into your life. Now, when I say exclusive, I mean it. You will not find these programs anywhere else. You can't buy them. They've been specifically created for Seduce with Style 3.0 members and are designed to deliver the exact kind of sex you're looking for. Bonus 1, the Fuck Buddy Blueprint. Once you attain celebrity status, you'll have no shortage of women kicking your door down to sleep with you. With some, you'll enjoy your wild night, then wish them the best in life. But other girls are such absolute savages in bed. They're so hard to forget. You decide you want to see them again on a strictly casual basis. Well, this step-by-step blueprint shows you how to establish one of those friends with benefits situations. It walks you through my foolproof method for turning any woman, even those who friend-zoned you, into a fuck buddy. So after you digest your night of wild fun, you can come back for seconds, thirds, and fourths anytime you want. And if you want to take this even further, that's when you'll turn to bonus 2, the threesome cheat sheet. You know what's better than an incredibly sexy woman on call at all times, willing to drop whatever she's doing to satisfy your physical urges? Having her bring a friend along for the fun. It's every man's fantasy. And in this special report, I'm going to show you how to pull off threesomes with incredible consistency. It's shockingly simple once you know the key factors. Then, for you hopeless romantics out there, I'm also giving you bonus 3, the Girlfriend Guaranteed Crash Course. Look, Seduce with Style 3.0 was designed to fulfill every twisted fantasy you've had as a teenager. When you follow those secrets, you're going to rack up entire lifetimes of sexual experience in a matter of weeks. But while it's always fun to nail new pussy, somewhere along the line, you're going to meet a quality girl you may want to be more than just a casual fling. Well, once you find that special someone you want to settle down with, all you have to do to follow this condensed version of my best-selling Girlfriend Guaranteed program to make her yours for as long as you want her. I will literally walk you through every step from the first kiss all the way up to the altar, if that's where you want to be. So, whether you're looking for casual fun to fulfill your fantasies or to find your soulmate, Seduce with Style has you covered. And speaking of being covered, when you click the order button below, you do so entirely risk-free. Because when you decide to join Seduce with Style 3.0, you're protected by my full 90-day, no questions asked money-back guarantee. That means you get 3 months to put this effortless seduction system to the test. 12 weeks of enjoying all the sex you can handle from incredible women who seduce you while you just hang on for the ride. And here's what's going to happen. You'll be completely blown away with your new life. You'll become convinced that Seduce with Style 3.0 is the greatest investment you've ever made in your manhood. You'll be absolutely overjoyed with the crazy sexual adventures you're now pulling off on a routine basis. Because if any of those things are untrue, simply shoot me an email within those 90 days and tell me you want to cancel your membership, and I'll return every cent you've paid. That's right, you have nothing to lose. I'm taking all the risk here. But once you dive into the members area and see how incredible this program is, you realize it's not much of a risk at all. Seduce with Style 3.0 is a true game changer, a proven life changer. And if you want to experience it for yourself, you need to act now. While we're opening the doors, I'm still very serious about keeping this opportunity to a limited number of guys. We opened up 1,000 spots in the program. And since there are over 15,000 men subscribed to my newsletter alone, these spots are going to fill very quickly. That's not hype. That's simple fact. If you leave this page, by the time you realize the mistake you've made, it'll be far too late. This special offer will be gone. Your opportunity will be gone and replaced by the two words that'll haunt you for the rest of your life. Sold out. Don't put yourself through it. Don't become one of those bitter old men sitting on the front porch waiting for the kids playing ball to step on your lawn so you have someone to aim your frustration at. The frustration you feel from years of being alone. Years of letting opportunities, sexual adventure, female companionship slip through your fingers. Do you really want to spend the 40, 50, 60, the way modern science is progressing, who knows how many years you have left on this earth, hovered over the computer, watching other guys have sex? Do you want to let regret continue to slowly eat away at you until there's nothing left and you're buried in a box somewhere? Do you want that? All because you didn't have the balls, the self-respect to take one simple action today? You deserve better than that. And you're so damn close. The life you've dreamed of is literally one button click away. The women you fantasized about, the ones you thought you'd never have a shot at, are just one button click away. Everything that's held you back can all be taken away with just one click of a button. With Seduce with Style 3.0, all the work is done for you. Celebrity status is granted to you. Women are handed to you. All the sex you've ever wanted is served up to you on a silver platter. And whether or not that all comes true for you, is completely up to you. Now, we can't control how long we live, but we can control how we're remembered. So you can either go out with a pathetic little whimper or create the stories and experiences that live forever. Click the button below and become a legend.